Wouldn't they be? The Rockets are undefeated and ranked 24th in the nation. The Kent State Golden Flashes come in and they're looking to change that and remain perfect in the MAC. It's the MAC East versus the MAC West. Next on ESPN. Welcome inside the Glass Bowl in Toledo, Ohio. Mid-American Conference football this afternoon as the Kent State Golden Flashes roll in to meet the Toledo Rockets. And a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dave Weekley, happy to be alongside former Ohio State defensive back Dustin Fox. And Dustin, when you take a look at Toledo, Matt Campbell really has them rolling. Undefeated, nationally ranked, and winners of 7 straight dating back to last year.
Well, they have high expectations, too. Remember, Matt Campbell played football at Mount Union. All they do is win national championships at the Division III level, so they have the expectation to get to a New Year's Day Bowl.
Both of these teams play outstanding defense. Let's take a look at a graphic that really bears that out. Both of these clubs especially tough against the run.
Well, if you like defense in running the running game, excuse me, you're going to see a lot of it this afternoon. Kent State's defense tops in the country. 9th overall against the run, and then Toledo, of course, they are only allowing 80 yards per game on the ground.
Let's focus in on that Kent State Golden Flashes defense where they've already created 14 turnovers this season.
Well, Demetrius Monday is a guy in the secondary who has played extremely well for them. 5 interceptions on the year. He will be all over the field. Expect a big day from him. And Terrence Wall, his length is something that Coach talks about, has allowed him to have 6.5 sacks on the year.
Toledo's defense has been a big part of their success. All you need to know is they've only allowed 1 red zone touchdown all year.
And Jalen Coleman pretty much makes every tackle on the field. He had 13 back against Arkansas, and then Orion Jones, a monster in the middle. He'll be all over Colin Reardon this afternoon.
All right, we'll step aside momentarily from the Glass Bowl, but on this homecoming Saturday at Toledo, we're expecting a big crowd. Everybody's flowing in out of the tailgate from Lot 10 into the stadium. Our kickoff is coming next. Kent State and Toledo on ESPN3. Toledo, Ohio, just moments away from our kickoff between these two old MAC rivals. Homecoming for the Toledo Rockets and the Kent State Golden Flashes. Paul Haynes is in his 3rd season. He's a former walk-on for Kent State that turned into a 2-time All-MAC performer. 7 years at Ohio State. He was a defensive coordinator at Arkansas for a season and is now in his 3rd year here with the Golden Flashes. And Matt Campbell, Dustin, you touched on it. At Mount Union, he won 3 national titles. He won 2 national titles there as an assistant coach in his 4th season, and he's won 30 of his first 43 games. And he's got the Rockets undefeated and nationally ranked right now. Kent State in their road white uniforms, trimmed in pink for breast cancer awareness. Anthony Melchiori will kick off. Temperatures in the mid-60s, a slight breeze today. Absolutely perfect weather for college football. And we are underway. Relatively short kick that'll be taken at the 11-yard line. Makes one man miss, then another breaks it out to the outside, the 40, 50, and more down the sideline. This could go. Opening kickoff is going to go for a touchdown. There is a flag down. Deontay Johnson is in the end zone. We're going to have to check out the penalty. Unofficially, it's an 89-yard kickoff return on the opening kickoff, but hold everything.
I think there might be a potential targeting call for a blindside hit on this kickoff return. We'll have to go back and take a look at it, but obviously this is going to be against Toledo in some form or fashion. But what a way to start the game. Huge kickoff return for Toledo on homecoming.
Kurt Johnson is our referee. So take the touchdown off the board. Chop block.
It's hard to tell exactly where the chop block was. There's the big hit that I thought was kind of questionable from number 7 of Toledo, Delando Johnson.
So instead of an opening kickoff touchdown, the ball will be set for play at the 38-yard line of the Rockets. Philip Ely leads the offense out onto the field.
Will be first and 10 Rockets, ball at our own 38-yard line.
Ely completing over 52% of his passes for 847 yards and 4 touchdowns. First down for the Rockets. We've got Terry Swanson, number 2 in the backfield right now, the reigning Offensive Player of the Week in the MAC. And Ely can't hold on. So check that. Swanson can't hold on. Ely led him a little bit too much on that pass. So it'll be second down and second. The Toledo offense. Damian Jones-Moore, will see plenty of him. Zmolik at the tight end. Russell has caught a pass in every game he's performed in at Toledo. Corey Jones is their leading receiver. Second down and 10. 4 wide. 2 receivers to each side, and now Swanson is a sidecar to Ely's right. And now he breaks, and it's an empty set. Blitz coming off the corner. In and out of the hands of the receiver up at the 35-yard line. That would have been a first down and more. Cody Thompson was the intended receiver, and that was good coverage for the Kent State defense.
How about that? Demetrius Monday, we just highlighted him in the open. He's the top corner for this Kent State defense. Take a look on the outside, just goes up the ball a little bit underthrown. In fact, Ely's lucky that's not intercepted. That could be number 6 on the season for Monday. He's been terrific, leads the entire country in interceptions. You want to stay away from number 21 if you're Philip Ely.
Rockets converting 46% on third down. Pass is tipped and then knocked down by one of the offensive linemen. It goes incomplete. So that's a really good confidence builder for Kent State. It looked as if they were going to be down 7-0 early, and now the Rockets go 3 and out.
Well, how about the play right there from Kent State in the middle? James Alexander, the backup middle linebacker, and one of the offensive linemen for Toledo is trying to catch that football. He's got to knock it down. I mean, he's lucky that wasn't intercepted as well. 2 plays back to back that could have been turnovers for this Toledo Rockets offense.
Nick Ellis is sent to punt the football. 2 safeties back at the 30-yard line for Kent State. High snap, it goes over his head and will roll into the end zone. He'll fall on it in the end zone. Now that ball is loose. And it looks like the Golden Flashes may have it for a touchdown. And they do. That ball snapped over the punter's head. And Ryan Siebert got on it in the end zone. He separated the football from the punter, fell on it for a touchdown for the Golden Flashes.
It's going to be a high snap over Ellis's head, and I don't know what Ellis is doing here. You've got to either kick this out of the back of the end zone or get on the football. Instead, he really kind of shows
he kind of whiffed on that.
A lack of, aggression there to get on the football. And my goodness, Kent State, how about that swing? That's a 14-point swing.
And look at this.
Well, I've never seen this formation before out here to the right.
A quad stack. And now the swinging gate will close. Shane Hines sent to attempt the extra point. Gets it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. You want fireworks? We got them.
Less than 40 seconds to this game. We have a lot of fireworks on special teams. Kent State on top, 7-0.
With the lead on Toledo, Siebert recovering a fumbled snap that went over the head of the punter Ellis in the end zone for a quick score. The Golden Flashes have lost 7 games in a row on the road. Great way to start.
Well, think about how this game opened up. Dave, he had a kickoff return for a touchdown on the opening kickoff from Toledo. They have a penalty, calls it back, and then Kent State's defense really bows up, allows a 3-and-out, or forces a 3-and-out rather, and then of course the snap over the head. We've had a lot of fireworks in the first 39 seconds of this game.
Melchione set to kick off, and there's Johnson, who had an 89-yard kickoff return taken down by a penalty just moments ago. Lots of fireworks, and most of these fans still finding their way to their seats. Melchione, senior from Aurora, Ohio. And here we go again. And again, it's a rather short kick that will be taken at the 12-yard line. Johnson, a big hole in the middle again, skirts through across the 35 up to the 36-yard line. So that's a 25-yard kickoff return. Good starting field position for the second possession for the Toledo Rockets.
Well, remember last week, Toledo against Ball State. Philip Ely started that game off. His first 2 passes of the game were intercepted by the Ball State defense. So slow start for Toledo right now. Ely's got to get more comfortable. He's got to get something going here on first down to allow him to build a little bit of confidence. Something short, or heck, just go to the running game, because they obviously want to get these guys involved early in the ball game.
Swanson in a pistol formation. Play action, throw to the short side of the field, pass is caught, and down to the 49-yard line goes Alonzo Russell, the senior from Washington, D.C. And that's a first down for Toledo.
And the streak continues.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. 43 straight games with at least 1 reception. That's second best in FBS. From midfield, Swanson tries the wide side, and there's really not too much running room there. He's shut down right in the middle. Dellinger, the middle linebacker, was right in there to shut down Swanson. Swanson last week rushed a season-high 24 times for 139 yards against Ball State. And the Rockets come right back up to the line. And if you're thinking about Kareem Hunt, he went through warm-ups. He's down on the sidelines. He's got his helmet on, number 3. He has not played in a while. In fact, he's only appeared in 1 game so far this season. Corey Jones comes in motion. Ely looking to the wide side. Pass is caught. And that's going to be another first down up at the 27-yard line. Pass is caught by Cody Thompson, the sophomore from Huron, Ohio.
A lot of cushion given by Demetrius Monday, number 21 on the outside here to Cody Thompson, excuse me. And Thompson's going to do a little dipsy-do here move at the end. Breaks the tackle and picks up a little yards after catch.
Thompson remains the wide out at the short side. Ely looking to the far side this time, launched it for Jones, and he couldn't catch up to it at the 5-yard line. That pass will fall incomplete. Jones, the junior from Pittsburgh, Penn Hills, leads this team with 21 catches. That's twice as many as anybody else on this roster.
Not the biggest guy in the world, 5'9", 165 pounds, but obviously makes an impact with second-team all-conference last season. They got so many weapons, Dave, on the outside, this team, and really spread the football all over.
Hand off to Swanson. And on first down, looks like he'll pick up 3. Take it down near the 26-yard line. The nose tackle, John Cunningham, 90, sophomore from Bedford, Ohio, made the stop for the Golden Flashes. Cunningham, like many of the players on this field today, with connections to both schools. His dad played football at Toledo. His mom was a student at Kent. Third down. Ely directing traffic, trying to get to the outside, and he will go out of bounds. He does not have the first down up at the 25-yard line.
Pretty good coverage down the field from Kent State secondary. Really nowhere to go with the football, and a little pressure coming there off the edge, and Ely's just trying to pick up the first down and get back to the line of scrimmage. Gets close to it.
Nick Cuthbert, junior from Chesterland, made the tackle. So this will be a 42-yard field goal attempt. It will come from the right hash. Vest is 8 of 10 so far this season and has made at least 1 field goal in every Rockets game.
My coach was really high on the young freshman this week when talking with him during the conference calls.
Line drive kick, and this one will sail wide to the left.
The 42-yard field goal attempt is no good.
So Toledo's special teams here early, not real special. 11:49 to go, opening quarter. Golden Flashes have got the football back and a 7-0 lead. Ohio, 7-0 Kent State. And there's Kareem Hunt. Matt Campbell said this week that he's as close as he's been in a couple of weeks. He had his helmet on. He looked fine during warm-ups. We'll see if we get him in the game. Colin Reardon leads the offense out onto the field. Try a little jet sweep action, and the Rockets defense having none of it. And that was Trent Voss coming up from his defensive end position to make the stop. Senior from East Grand Rapids, Michigan.
And Trent Voss is really kind of the heart and soul of this defense from that defensive end position all over the field. Doesn't have a ton of numbers this season, but his impact felt in a lot of other areas on the field.
And a fine rushing play out beyond the 35-yard line, and that is going to be a first down for James. Raekwon James, redshirt freshman from New Orleans, John Curtis High School. There are some young playmakers on this Kent State roster, and he is one of them. So it's a first down for Kent State at the 38-yard line. James again, second level and more into Rockets territory. Nice cutback, dragged down from behind, but not until he reaches the Rocket 36-yard line. And a flag is down in the backfield.
Dwan Rogers and Chase Murdoch in on the stop to the right. Penalty mark. Holding. Offense. Number 71.
The guilty party is the left guard, number 71, Wayne Scott.
Oh, there you go. Number 71, Wayne Scott holding on the outside, allows Raekwon James to really get the edge. And, you know, early in this game, I know that call gets called back. The play gets called back because of a penalty, but you got to be happy if you're Coach Paul Haynes. You've been able to get a couple of breakout runs here on the ground. Heck, this Toledo defense has only allowed 80 yards per game on the ground, and we knew coming in, talking with Coach Haynes, Dave, that the running game was going to be a huge factor. At least it was going to have to be a huge factor. Ran the ball was 41 times the last week, 55 times the week before. Expect a lot of runs in this game.
Kent State leads Toledo 7-0. 10.5 minutes to go, opening quarter. Keeping his football on the ground. Across the 30, up to the 32-yard line. First carry for Trayvon Durham, fifth-year senior from Cincinnati Colerain.
And I think what Coach Haynes wants to do as well is you want to shorten the game. You want to keep the time of possession on your end in your favor, obviously, by running the football. And on that first and long, they go back to the running game.
Pass to the wide side. Nothing really happening there. Chris White, and he was brought down immediately by Christian Dukes.
Just kind of a little screen out to the left side, a little now pass, bear pass, as a lot of people like to call it, and Christian Dukes is having none of that. And now the Toledo defense can pin their ears back here on third down and go after Colin Reardon. Take a look, keep an eye on inside. Orion Jones and Trayvon Hester, those big boys will be coming.
A rather tight formation, stacked wide receivers to each side. Kent State converting only 20% on their third down attempts, and they misfire there. Antoine Dixon, the freshman from Fort Myers, he's got all kinds of speed, but could not come up with that football. Looking to run before he secured the ball.
Yeah, Trayvon Hester, number 91, comes in and provides the pressure, but if that thing is put on the money, I think Antoine Dixon might still be running. I mean, that's probably a house call for Dixon. Instead, you're punting here, 4th and 14, giving the football back to Toledo's offense.
Melchione had a season-long 67-yard punt last week in the win against Miami. Gets this one off in good shape. Jones calling for the fair catch and makes it at the 27-yard line. 9:36 to go in our opening quarter. 24th ranked Toledo celebrating homecoming, but right now it's the visitors from Kent State with a 7-0 lead. Ball back at their own 27-yard line. Miscues have been a big part of the early story, Dustin.
Yeah, this is the opening kickoff for Toledo. They're going to take that to the house, but it gets called from a clipping call, and then they can't convert on third down. They go out to punt. Football goes over the punter's head, and then it ends up being a Kent State touchdown. Early 7-0 lead. They miss a field goal as well.
And a flag is down before this snap.
Ball start. Offense. Number 74. 5 yards. First down.
Matt Campbell can't be happy about that. But one thing he is happy about is Kareem Hunt is now out on the field at the tailback spot. Number 3. We have not seen him. He's only appeared in one game this year. That was the double overtime win here at the Glass Bowl against Iowa State a few weeks ago.
Take a look at his left leg wrapped up that hamstring. Obviously, they feel like he's healthy enough to get in the game and gets a big carry and first down.
Takes it back near the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 5. Junior from Willoughby, Ohio. South High School's run for over 100 yards in 16 of 23 games, a dozen straight, and 16 of his last 17.
A big run. He's an explosive back. It ran for over 1,600 yards a season ago, but he's really been hampered by these injuries to start the year.
Ely back to pass. All kinds of time. Throws. Pass is caught up a midfield for a first down. Nice adjustment on the football by Alonzo Russell.
This is a really good throw from Philip Ely on a little corner route here to Russell on the outside. He beats his man. Comes up with a big time catch on first down. Look at the tempo here from Toledo's offense. They're going to get up to the line of scrimmage and go quick.
From the 49-yard line, Ely throwing again, this time to the wide side, and it sails out of bounds. Incomplete. So Ely is now 2 of 7 for 34 yards to start this game. And if you're counting at home, that's 147 pass attempts this year by Toledo without a sack. That's the best by far in the country.
What's amazing about that stat is that they've had to replace all 5 of their offensive linemen up there from a season ago. So you got a bunch of newbies. The only guy up there with a lot of starts under his belt, really, it's not that many. It's Storm Norton.
Hunt makes one man miss and then falls forward near the 44-yard line. And that's what he can do. I mean, he can get that momentum rolling towards the line of scrimmage. And let's be honest, as the game goes on, nobody wants to tackle that guy. And Dustin, you can relate to that as a former defensive back.
Yeah, I would not want to tackle Kareem Hunt. I'll tell you that much. I mean, he's a guy who could play really at any of the Power 5 schools. He'll be drafted into the NFL. There's no question about that. You talk to some of the scouts, they're high on this kid, and they're hoping that he can get healthy here at Toledo because they need him.
Third down and 6. As we close in on 8 minutes to play in our opening quarter, Thompson comes in motion back to the formation. Low snap. Ely's got it. Still looking, rolling to the wide
got a
side.
man wide open.
Throws incomplete. And he had, that was Thompson behind the defense.
Oh my goodness,
all alone.
He had Cody Thompson right between the middle of the goalposts at about the 5-yard line, waving his arms. Ely, I don't think, just couldn't see him towards the end of that play, and then obviously the coverage takes over and he's trying to get it to Russell, but man, he could have had a big one had he seen Cody Thompson.
That would have been a touchdown. So here's Ellis. And if he's a little nervous, it would be understandable. The first snap of the game to him went over his head. That one much better. Sends this one high. Fair catch being called for and taken at the 9-yard line. That's a 34-yard punt and no return. Ernest Calhoun making that fair catch. So Toledo trailing 7-0 here at home, but they've got Kent State backed up against their own goal line as the Golden Flashes will start this series from their own 9-yard line. Reardon 1 for 2 for just 2 yards passing in the early going. You know, people want to focus on his lack of an outstanding percentage of completions. Here's Durham, goes out beyond the 20-yard line, takes it all the way up to the 24. So that'll be a pickup of 14 yards and a first down.
All right, now they're just gashing this Toledo defense. Trayon Durham, the thunder of the Thunder and Lightning, gets there on the outside and lowers the boom on DeJuan Rogers, of Toledo.
Send him the other way. Slices off the right side this time. Defensed a lot better by that middle of the Toledo line. Gets up to the 25-yard line and will go no farther. Orion Jones makes the stop, senior from Tulsa. 2nd down and 9. Now Reardon is only completing 46% of his passes, and that is the 5th worst in the FBS among starters. But he doesn't throw many interceptions. He hasn't thrown one since the first half of the opening game against Illinois. That pass is incomplete.
Well, I don't know where he's going with that one. I mean, that was almost like it slips out of his hand here. He throws this directly into the turf. Take a look from behind here. He's staring down his receiver, and I think he slips. football slips in his hand right as he's trying to get rid of it. He throws it right in the ground.
There you see the numbers. 3rd down and 9. Reardon rolling, throwing on the run. Pass is caught. I don't think it's going to be quite enough for a first down. He was able to check down and get that one to Antoine Dixon. It's close. They may have to measure this at the, and they won't measure it. It's going to miss it by about a half a yard.
It's a good job showing some athleticism here, getting away on the outside. Then he just finds Dixon over the middle, trying to get to the sticks, but he's not going to be able to get there. Chase Murdoch, the middle backer, it's a good job knowing where he's at on the field and gets Dixon on the ground.
Jones has his heels on the Rocket 20. Melchione with the right foot. High, relatively short kick. Fair catch called for at the 29. Kent State leads 7-0.
We expected a lot of defense, and we've gotten that so far. The only points of the game come on a special teams gaffe from Toledo, but really, you got to kind of tip your hat to Kent State. You know, you can say the defensive numbers have been really good, and they have on the season, but some of that has to do with the competition that they faced. Well, here, a little over halfway through the first quarter against this Toledo Rocket offense, they've done a good job. How about this stat? Toledo on the season has outscored their opponents 33-3 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And they don't have any points right now.
That's exactly right. Ely takes the snap. Swanson's back in there. Breaks one tackle, second level and more. Out to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 13.
Oh, now they're just getting it going up the middle. You get between Swanson and Kareem Hunt, they've got it going and going right back to him.
And playing at a rather quick tempo.
Yeah.
They continue to do that. No gain there. And that was Moore coming up to make the stop. Marcus Moore, sophomore from Springfield, Ohio. Second down and 10. Swanson to the short side. Out to the 46-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down coming up. 3rd down and 6 for Toledo.
Again, very conservative here on 1st and 2nd down. I know what they're trying to do. Coach Campbell obviously wants to try and stay ahead of schedule on 1st and 2nd down, but now you're here in about a 3rd and 6, where Philip Ely, you got to expect, is going to go to the air.
Golden Flashes have been good defensively on 3rd down.
Please reset the game clock to 5:25.
All right, we'll add a few seconds on the game clock here. Opponents of Kent State have only been converting on 26% of their 3rd down conversion attempts. Four wide receivers, 3 to the wide side. Golden Flashes rushing 4. Ely steps up, and he is hit at the marker, and it looks like his momentum will get him the first down at the Kent State 47.
Well, Ely's not the most mobile quarterback in the conference, but he gets some good blocking up front. He notices that hole opens right there in the middle. That seam opens up like the Red Sea, and he just steps up in the pocket and picks up a first down. Really good awareness from Philip Ely to move the sticks.
Needed 6, he got 7. Ely looks to the wide side. Now comes back across the middle, and the pass is caught, and there's all kinds of room there for Richards. And he will take it all the way down to the 20-yard line.
This is a beautiful call, and again, Toledo going to go hurry up to try and keep the Kent State defense on their heels. They run a little mesh combination route over the middle, and they catch Kent State in man coverage, and all of a sudden pick up a big gainer there.
Poor snap, flag is down. Ely throws that one into the end zone, And it was nearly caught by Richards, who had one-on-one coverage over there by Demetrius Monday.
Well, that's why you have a veteran quarterback in Philip Ely, the senior, who knows that he's got a free play right here. Going to have an offsides penalty, so he says, you know what, I'm going to get outside the pocket here and throw it up to my man Daryl Richards and see if he can make something happen. And heck, he almost comes down with it here at the end. Good coverage by Demetrius Monday, gets away with a little bit of contact, but Toledo, they're in business inside the red zone.
16-yard line. Keeping it on the ground down near the 12-yard line. Goes Kareem Hunt rather. Nate Holly. The two Holly brothers from Whitmer High School back in Toledo for this one. It's a big game for the family. Face mask penalty could be coming. Spinning down near the 6-yard line for Toledo. Keyshawn Wiltshire, the senior from Detroit. It's going to go against Demetrius Monday.
Monday on the outside, he gets a cut block from a wide receiver. He does a pretty good job of getting back up into the play, but unfortunately, hey, he gets called for the face mask, and it's going to be first and goal.
Easy to see those masks. Toledo wearing the gold for the first time since 2008 today.
Same play.
To the other side, to Jones, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Corey Jones, touchdown Toledo.
In a rare missed tackle from Jordan Italiano, the safety number 23 from Kent State on the outside. They go back to the exact same play, opposite side. They set up this little wide receiver screen. Italiano's got to make that tackle. He typically does. But you see the athleticism from Corey Jones getting that one in the house.
So Jones dances in.
Second touchdown of the year for Jones.
And Vest is on to add the extra point. And it's good. So the Rockets, an 8-play, 71-yard drive that covers 2 minutes and 23 seconds. 3-yard touchdown pass from Ely to Corey Jones, and we're all tied at 7.
Well, I think Toledo's offense there, Dave, found a little bit of weakness there on Kent State's defense, spreading the field a little bit more, getting some wide receivers on the outside, and trying to really exploit the athleticism of their wide receivers, Toledo versus some of the defensive backs of Kent State, and they made them pay on that drive.
Yep, they sure did. Getting their playmakers in space and allowing them to make plays. And Daryl Richards made a big catch in that drive, and then Jones, 3-yard touchdown catch. So we're all knotted up again. 3:44 to go. You know, you take a look at Kent State. They're 2-3, but they could easily be 4-1. They went to Minnesota, and the Gophers only scored 1 touchdown on that game, 10-7, and then Kent State lost a heartbreaker at Dick Stadium a couple of weeks ago in 2 overtimes to Marshall. Josh Rode with the kick inside the 5-yard line. Here comes the returner. Big hit before the 25-yard line.
Number 24, Raekwon James on the return.
And that was Raekwon James on the kickoff return for the Golden Flashes. So we'll see what Kent State's got cooked up here. Here's a scoring drive, 8 plays, 71 yards, 2.5 minutes. Jones, the touchdown catch.
I just think if you're Kent State here, you have to go back to the running game. That's where you're going to have some success. Colin Reardon, 2 of 4 on the day. doesn't look comfortable, doesn't look confident in the pocket. And Paul Haynes said to us this week, I mean, he's the ultimate game manager, and that's what he does a good job of. He's not going to beat you through the air.
Play action, rolling to the wide side is Reardon. Puts this one up. Incomplete. That pass was intended for Antoine Dixon. Yeah, talking about rushing the football. Kent State so far 5 rushing attempts. They're averaging 6.5 yards per try. And now it's 2nd and 10. You kind of put your offense behind the 8 ball with that first down incompletion.
Absolutely.
2 wide receivers to each side for Reardon. Durham inside. And just look at all the blue shirts that just flow to the football. Alan Covington, the senior from Armwood High in Tampa, leading the charge.
Well, they're happy to have Covington back in this lineup. Remember, he was suspended for the first couple of games this season, but he's the defensive end. He just goes right down the line of scrimmage. Look at this. The patience of Covington, and Durham's got nowhere to go. Covington swallows him up in a hurry. Oh, this is his first game back, Covington, against Iowa State. He misses the first 2 games, right?
Yep.
Comes back. 5 tackles for loss against Iowa State in the win for Toledo at home against another Power 5 conference opponent.
Whistles before the 3rd down snap, and this is going to go against the Golden Flashes. So mark them back 5 yards. Talking about number 99, Alan Covington. For Toledo, he went to Armwood in Tampa. Ely went to Plant in Tampa. Those are 2 of the.
Was that a rival?
That's a huge rival. When Covington was at Armwood, they won the 6A title in Florida. They were ranked number 2 in the nation. And of course, Plant High School has won numerous state championships in Florida. 3rd down and 14.
Going back to your Tampa days, huh?
I got to do it.
Well, this is where Toledo really thrives on 3rd and long.
Play action, Reardon throwing this ball right down the seam. Incomplete. Now that was really not that bad a pass. Trying to drop that in to P.J. Simmons, the freshman from Tallahassee, speaking of Florida.
He's got him going right down the hash, and I think P.J. Simmons kind of lets up a little bit on this. Remember, he's a young guy, a freshman, getting some early action in the season, and he starts to look back, and I think as he looks back, he slows himself down a little bit. If he just kept running, he could run up underneath that, and that might have been a house call as well.
Jones, no fair catch. And there are a trio of defenders, and he is able to elude them and goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Looks like there might have been a face mask there, but no flag.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be a face mask here at the end of this run, but Corey Jones, dangerous play. He's got 3 guys in his face. He's thinking, oh my goodness, and then he does a little dipsy-do again. That's where I thought there was a face mask. I think maybe he let go of it.
So 48-yard punt and a short return. And the Rockets, after shaky moments early in this game where they had a special teams touchdown taken off the board and in a fumbled snap over the head of the punter recovered in the end zone for Kent State, Toledo seems a little calmer now. Looks like they've put some momentum together. Ely, 94 yards and a touchdown, 50% of his passes completed as he gets under center. From the 29-yard line. Thompson comes back to the formation on the short side. Crossing pattern to Thompson. He's hit as he holds on to the football, though. What a nice play. You can see that developing. And, you know, Dustin, you might as well hold on to the ball because you're going to get hit anyway.
Yeah, you're going to get hit either way. My goodness, look at this. Comes over the middle. What a terrific job for Thompson to hold on to that football. That was a lick.
Eric Simpson, the Apache, in this defense for Kent State.
That's their star position, their nickel linebacker.
Hand on inside, and Kareem Hunt is not really going anywhere. Tries to do a little dance as he got the football and tried to go off the right side, and the Kent defense was waiting for him. Give him a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down. It's a big play here for the Kent defense.
Nate Holley, whose twin brother is also on the team. He's out with an injury today, but Nate Holley was talking with some of the guys at Kent State before the game. I'm like, does this guy make every tackle? Because he watched the film, you turn it on, number 18's around the football, around the line of scrimmage, sneaking up there, and it's a big stop on second down.
Talking about this game in the papers here locally earlier this week, Holley said if he had 200 tickets to give away, that probably wouldn't be enough.
Whitmer graduate, of course.
Jones comes in motion. Third down. Ely threads the needle, and it was nearly caught and then nearly intercepted. And that's going to happen occasionally with Alonzo Russell. Supremely talented wide receiver, but is known for the drops.
Man, this is a laser ball from Philip Ely right over the middle. He looks off the safety and comes right back to Alonzo Russell. And I think Russell has the little alligator arms here at the end of this. Take a look. Kind of short arms it there. I think he may have been able to haul that one in and maybe thought a safety was there. And instead now Kent State's going to get off the field and get the football back with pretty good field position, I'd imagine.
Good snap back to Ellis. Oh, a line drive, booming kick. Drives the returner all the way back to the 14-yard line. Boy, oh boy, Raekwon James just blasted back there. Great defensive special teams play by Jack Lynch, sophomore from here in Toledo.
Well, I stand corrected on the good field position for Kent State. It looked like they were going to get the ball out near maybe the 30, 35-yard line. Instead, a terrific punt by Toledo, and then Raekwon James, you mentioned, has nowhere to go. Terrific special teams tackle by Lynch, getting down there and pinning them inside their own 15-yard line.
Toledo with a 2-1 edge so far in the total yards, 102-43 against the Golden Flashes as they start this series. Play action. Reardon wants to throw on first down, and now he's going to have to just dive to get back to the line of scrimmage. There was just nowhere to throw that football.
Again, second drive now where the Kent State offense is going to come out here and try and throw on first down. And again, you look at the number. I mean, they're averaging almost 7 yards a carry on the ground, and now they're 2nd and 12.
Marquise Moore, 52, made the stop. The Flashes may elect to let this play clock roll out. And we have come to the end of the quarter. Pretty explosive stuff to start this game. Toledo has won 7 in a row dating back to last year. Kent State has lost 7 in a row on the road dating back to last year. 1 quarter in the books at the Glass Bowl in Toledo. Number 24, Toledo and Kent State all tied at 7. Oklahoma. Is Kent State in position to try to pull the upset here against a nationally ranked team on the road?
Oh, absolutely. They have the talent to do it. It's just a matter of can they keep it close going into the 4th quarter.
Quarterback keeper. Nice flip late on the option. And that's a gain all the way out to the 26-yard line.
And that's
Antoine Dixon is down.
Not a good sign. Antoine Dixon, really one of the bright spots on this Kent State offense, the young freshman out of Fort Myers. And this is what you want to see more of, them getting the football to Dixon in space. A little triple option here. Dixon, I think at the end of this play, maybe gets his ankle rolled up on or something. And I'll take a look at him here at the end.
That's DeJuan Rogers making the tackle.
That's not a good sign for Kent State. I mean, they need Dixon. They want to, again, you asked me how they pull the upset. Well, you need to have Antoine Dixon in the game.
So Dixon, the freshman, 5'8", 173 pounds, from South Fort Myers. He has big playability. All 3 of his touchdowns so far this season had been from beyond 20 yards. And you can see Paul Haynes coming over to the Rockets sideline to check on Dixon. We'll take a quick break, and it looks like he's heading back to the visitors' locker room. Looks like his legs were fine. Here's another look at the end of that play. Dixon with he's tackled by DeJuan Rogers.
Yeah, I'm not so sure what he injured on this play. To me, it looked like the way he was tackled could have been an ankle or something, but hopefully he's okay.
First down carry, short side. That'll go to Durham, and he takes it down to the 29-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Game plan today, Dustin, you talked about it in the opening quarter. Control the clock, try to grind out some first downs on the ground, win the battle of field position. That's the Flash's plan. Dixon this time slams off the right side and gains maybe a half a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 6 coming up. Kent 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversion attempts so far today.
Well, that's in line with what they've had coming into this game. 20% on the season on 3rd down. 17 for 85. They've been awful on the year. They've got to find a way to improve that number, especially if they want to pull an upset in a game like this on the road against a top 25 opponent. They've got to convert some of these 3rd downs.
Once again, we see that tight formation, stacks of receivers to each side, and now James comes in motion from the wide side. The pass is incomplete.
Reardon's accuracy is really something they need to improve upon. You know, obviously they don't want to throw a ton with him, but take a look here. This is an easy throw. He's got to put this on the money and allow his wide receiver to catch that and turn it upfield and pick up the 1st down. Instead, now they've got to punt this on 4th down. I wonder if coach now maybe considers taking the football out of Reardon's hands a little bit more in some of these 3rd down situations. Run the football, maybe some reverses, do something to try and pick up the 1st down.
The pass was intended for Quazon Tyson. That would have been his first catch of the year, but he didn't get a chance to make it. Here's Jones, forced to cut it back inside. Flags coming in from every angle as he reaches the 43-yard line. A 49-yard punt from Elchione.
Jones is fun to watch, man. He gets the football in his hands. You can tell he just kind of toys with these guys because he's so fast and explosive. Kind of bounces around like on these punt returns, and all of a sudden he's got that turbo button. He hits the X on PlayStation, and he can really turn it on in a heartbeat.
All our officials are huddling on this call.
During the return, illegal block in the back. On the receiving team, number 17. That penalty's declined. We also have a hold. Receiving team, number 29. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Well, Amanda Sauer is on this crew. She's worked in Conference USA for the last couple of years, but she's making her MAC debut today.
Pretty cool. Talking to Commissioner John Steinbrecher before the game, the initiatives they've had is they've been really forward thinking with their conference, and obviously adding the 8 officials, and she's going to work a bunch of games this year. First MAC game, of course, but she's worked a couple of Big Ten games early in the year, and it's pretty cool to see.
I've seen her work before at Marshall. Does a nice job. Swanson 360s his way down to the 32-yard line, and there's a flag in the Rockets' backfield.
Tackle by number 12, penalty marker about to play. Personal foul. Hands in face. Defense. Number 51. 15-yard penalty. Added to the end of the play. 1st down.
Not smart, Terrence Waugh.
He uses his arms so much. Take a look at the far right. He uses them to extend on that left tackle, Storm Norton. But the problem is he gets him a little bit too high, gets him up in the face, and that's going to be a call every single time on the defense. And Kent State can't do that. They got to make Toledo work more. They can't give him free 1st downs. I love the stack set Toledo's running.
Yeah, I was going to say they have one. They had a stack set far out to the right in front of their bench, and the handoff went to Swanson inside, picked up a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Refuge made the tackle for Kent State. Now we got a bunch wide receiver formation to the right. Richards is in that group. He's already got a big catch in this game. 2nd and 9. Jones in motion. Rolling to the wide side, trying to set up a screen. And it is defensed well by Kent State. Jones got the ball in space, and now a late flag comes in right in front of the Toledo bench.
Penalty marker down the blood.
That's what they want to do. I mean, Corey Jones is such an explosive athlete. We've talked about him. He already has the touchdown this afternoon, but
After the play, unsportsmanlike play conduct. Defense, number 18. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And that's Nate Holley, the free safety.
First unsportsmanlike penalty.
this is going to happen after the play, out of bounds here. As he's getting blocked, I think he just shows a little bit of frustration.
Gets tied up with Michael Roberts.
Yeah. But that's 30 yards you've given him now on penalties in this drive. My goodness.
Keep your eye on Roberts. He had his first touchdown catch of the year at Ball State last week. First down from the 34. Incomplete. Trying to go to that back shoulder of Wilcher, just could not thread the needle. Good coverage.
And Wilcher on the outside is going to get matched up with Darius Redmond, their Apache. And Ely's just a little bit off. You know, both quarterbacks are pretty inaccurate today. The completion percentage for both guys is extremely low, and you expect more out of Philip Ely.
Ely's 8 for 16 right now. Swanson takes it down to the 23-yard line, and it will be a first down.
They spread everybody out. Little zone blocking up front and allow Swanson to pick his hole, and he does a good job.
John Vay Johnson, number 7 on the field now, one of those wide receiver spots, and this could go to the house. Touchdown, Toledo. Swanson goes untouched for the Rockets touchdown.
Well, Reuben Carter, the center, is going to pull on this. The transfer from Florida State. He's going to be the lead blocker. Then Swanson just kind of gets lost behind them, and he finds a seam, and there's a little high step into the end zone, and the Rockets got it going now on offense.
Vest on to add the extra point. Ellis is the holder. Kick is up and good. And for the first time today, number 24, Toledo, has the lead. 14-7 over Kent State. Swanson, nice cut back into the hole, untouched to the end zone here at the Glass Bowl. Swanson, number 2, moments ago, a 23-yard touchdown, virtually untouched into the end zone. It capped a 6-play, 75-yard drive that covered 1 minute and 41 seconds.
Yeah, Swanson had 139 yards last week against Ball State. Everybody's, you know, all worried and concerned that this offense can't go without Kareem Hunt, but Kareem Hunt is not really missed on this offense. Obviously, you want to have him out there because he's so talented, but between Swanson, Hunt, Damian Jones-Moore and Mark Remy, they've got some talent back there. They ran for 280 yards last week against Ball State. So could you imagine if they would have had Kareem Hunt? They might have ran for 350.
Rode with the kick, rather short kick to the 13-yard line. Give forward progress to the 26 for the Golden Flashes. Raekwon James. All right, now Kent State trails for the first time today. Let's see how they react. Reardon really hasn't thrown the ball effectively, Dustin. He's just 2 of 7 for 10 yards.
Gotta stick with their game plan, though. The game plan coming in was they want to run the football as much as they possibly can, and on the afternoon they have 10 times for 51 yards. That's a pretty good average. 5.1 yards a carry. You'll take that all day, every day against this Toledo defense that is only allowing 80 yards per game on the ground. They've already got 51 through about a quarter and change here early in this game. I think Kent's got to stick with their game plan and run the football.
James comes into the huddle late for the Golden Flashes. 1st and 10. Reardon swing pass to James, trying to get to the corner, and he's bumped out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Christian Dukes was all over that.
And he runs about 35 yards to pick up half a yard on that play. They're just trying to get Jones out there, kind of like an extended toss sweep. A little easy throw for Reardon. His throws down the field have just been so inaccurate. I think maybe they're just trying to build a little confidence to get a completion going there, and obviously they do that, but they don't pick up very much yardage.
Kent State averaging about 156 yards on the ground in the air per game, and that's the worst in the MAC. And James is swarmed under, and he'll lose a yard. So it's going to be 3rd down and long.
Now you've got 3 seniors on this defensive line between Voss, Jones, and Covington. And right there's a couple of them. Voss and Covington both getting in there, swallowing up Raekwon James. There's nowhere for him to go. And now this is your money down for your Toledo defense. You really pin your ears back again, and Kent State, all they can do here is try and throw on 3rd down. I mean, there's no other options, and they got to force Reardon to make a big-time throw. Connery
Swift comes into the lineup defensively. What a great call, coming back the other way for James. Open space, midfield and more, 40-yard line, inside the 30. Best offensive play of the day for Kent State. A great play call. And it was James showing everybody his wheels.
Beautiful call. I totally agree with you. I was saying under my breath there, this was perfect. You set up everything going back to the opposite side, and Toledo's thinking they're going to go off to the right, and all of a sudden they hit this backdoor screen, and I thought he was going to house it. I mean, for a second there, it looked like he had a ton of green grass and opportunity, but Toledo's defense, I think, had the angle, get him down the ground. But look at this. I mean, Kent State's offense now moving chains a little bit here and inside Toledo's territory.
That was a 46-yard gain. Reardon to the wide side of the field, and that pass fluttered in there and falls incomplete.
Well, it is duck hunting season, and I'm being kind when I say that because take a look at this thing.
Oh, man. That pass was intended for Calhoun. He was open.
I just think that Reardon's having a hard time holding on to the football. It's coming out of his hand really awkwardly today. He's had a couple that have went into the ground, and now that one just kind of slips out, and it ends up being like a knuckleball.
2nd down and 10. Durham. And he'll plow down near the 25-yard line. Jalen Coleman took the brunt of that and made the stop. Coleman, junior from Pittsburgh, University Prep. 2nd in the MAC. Tied for 6th in the FBS in tackles per game at 11 stops a game. 3rd down now for the Golden Flashes. Flashes 1 for 5 on 3rd down attempts here in the first half. Inside of 9.5 minutes to play, first half. Toledo in front for the first time today, 14-7. Here's Reardon throwing this one off his back foot, and that is incomplete.
Probably the best throw of the day for Reardon, but it's just a little bit out of bounds.
Charles Chandler was the intended receiver.
A little bit out of bounds there at the end, and now Kent State's, look, they can get some points here. This will build your confidence because you were in a 3rd and long situation in your own territory. You're able to get a big play down here to about the 25-yard line. If they're somehow able to hit this field goal, you got to feel pretty good about this drive.
Shane Hines, the redshirt freshman, has made 4 in a row after having one blocked at Illinois. This one sails wide to the left, no good. Redshirt freshman from Clarkston, Michigan. Kick had the distance. The snap was good. Just pulled it to the left.
Well, that big screen play from Raekwon James that goes for what, about 40-something yards to get him down in this position goes for nothing. Kent State comes away empty. They needed that kick, and take a look at this. Some of his teammates over there consoling him a little bit. He knows he wants to have that one back. It's a beautiful day here. No weather, no wind or anything at all. Just missed it.
Well, that's a great shot caught by our crew, where Melchione, the senior punter and kickoff specialist, came right over and said, hey, keep your mind in the game. We're going to need you. So it's 1st and 10 now for the Rockets at their own 25-yard line. Kareem Hunt is in there. We've changed quarterbacks. Thompson spinning, stays on his feet, midfield and more. Look at this. Takes it all the way down to the 40-yard line. Thompson with a big gainer. On the ground, the right side. Gain of 2, maybe 3, and that'll be it.
Number 3, Kareem Hunt, the ball carrier.
Check that. That is Ely.
And gets the football out to his wide receiver, Cody Thompson. Thompson makes the play happen, though. I mean, he makes Demetrius Monday miss an easy tackle that should have been made for a minimal gain. Instead, it goes for a big one.
Fake it to Hunt. The throw through the arms of Corey Jones. He didn't have much of a window to work with there and nearly threaded the needle, but it goes as an incomplete pass. And now here's a big third down for the Kent State defense.
Well, that was a pretty ball from Philip Ely, who struggled with some of his accuracy early in this game. He drops this one right in the bucket. Corey Jones, look at this. Right between his hands. Got to come up with that one. As Italiano's coming over from his safety position, maybe he heard some footsteps, but Corey Jones got to come away with that one.
Rockets 1 of 5 here in the first half on third down conversion attempts. Ely now 9 of 18 for 135 yards and a touchdown. Tight bunched formation. Wilchard in motion to the wide side.
Play of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
That's a tough call for Matt Campbell. If that was an incomplete pass coming, he might have thought about taking a shot at a 52-yard field goal. Now, with an incomplete pass, you're out of Vest's range.
Well, if they pick up half this yardage here, they'll feel maybe better about the opportunity to possibly kick it. Remember, his kicker's a freshman, though.
Yep.
He was telling us during the week it's like a delicate balance with his psyche because he's such a young guy and a young kid on this team, and he's had a lot of success. They don't want to put him out there in big time clutch situations.
Keeping this football on the ground off the left side to the 34-yard line. Mark Remy, that's his first carry of the day, a junior from North Olmsted.
So now you're in that gray area, which we were talking about here in terms of maybe kicking a field goal. You're not going to benefit by punting in the situations. They're just going to go for it on fourth down.
This would have been a 51-yard attempt. And there is no win. Spinning, Remy has it at the 28-yard line. He took the initial hit and then did a 360 spin, and it gave him enough room for the first down.
How about the effort from Remy on this right at the end? That spin is what got him the first down. If he went down with initial contact, they wouldn't have picked it up.
So a fourth down conversion on this drive. Jones in motion. And another flag. And is this going to be another delay? Looks like Toledo may have got the timeout. They did. They got the timeout right before the play clock expired. So the Rockets want time. We'll take it with them. 7:02 to go. Second quarter. Rockets driving, leading. Unanswered points on the Golden Flashes this afternoon. And following that timeout, they have 2 remaining here in the first half. It's 1st and 10 for the Rockets at the Kent State 28. There you see the total yards. Rockets with a nearly 2-to-1 edge on Kent State here in the first half. Game has marked the return of Kareem Hunt. He's back in there right now. He's got the football. And he draws a crowd. He's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Summers, Matt Summers, the sophomore from Kent, made the stop. Summers played a lot of lacrosse in high school as well. There's a look at Kareem Hunt. Had only appeared in the 2 overtime win against Iowa State until this afternoon's game. Ely, head up, rolling to the wide side, going to take this one out of bounds at the 25-yard line, and the 3rd down is coming up.
I think it's a smart play for Ely. He knows he can pick up a couple of yards here and make 3rd down a little bit more manageable. He's trying to get Corey Jones coming on as a crosser, but he had good coverage from Kent State and decides instead of forcing a throw, I'll pick up a few yards and see what we can do on 3rd down.
Eric Simpson made the stop, a redshirt freshman from Cleveland and Glenville High School.
The Tar Blooders.
What a program. 3rd down. And the Rockets are going to have to call another timeout. There seemed to be some confusion about the wide receiver alignment on the left side of the formation. They had a triple bunch, and it looked like one of the receivers wanted to break out to the wide side and suddenly stopped. And that's when Ely took a look back at the Rockets bench, and Matt Campbell said, bring it on in. Just bring it on in.
Well, he realized this is a big call. I mean, with 6 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter, they want to get a touchdown here and really force Kent State to try and play from behind in this ball game. A field goal here, you'll take it if you have to go to 4th down, but obviously they realize how important this drive is in terms of building that momentum and putting a lot of pressure on Kent State.
One final already in Kalamazoo. Western Michigan holds off Central Michigan 41-39. That's always a heated rivalry. 1 for 6 on 3rd down conversions today for the Rockets. Thompson to the wide side in motion. Ely back to pass. Here comes the delayed rush. Incomplete. He was intending that pass for Alonzo Russell.
I really thought that Dellinger at the end of this play was very, very close to being called for a late hit, roughing the passer. The ball's out. In fact, I think that probably should have been called, to be honest with you, Dave. What do you think?
Yeah, he hit him after the ball was gone.
Ball's out. He takes a shot. Toledo should have had a 1st down there. I think that's potential missed call from the official. That ball was out.
Vest has already missed 1 field goal today. This one will come from 41 yards and the right hash. Snap is good. Kick on the way. And he's got it. So Vest, the freshman from Peachtree City, Georgia, has now converted a field goal in every Rockets game this year. Remember, he had a miss late in that 2 overtime win against Iowa State and then drilled a must-have field goal in that overtime to keep it going.
Leg on Vest. I mean, they feel like so confident about this kid. Why wouldn't you be? He'll be around for 3 more years. Terrific young kicker.
Matt Campbell said about Jameson Vest, quote, as important as any signee in this class, unquote.
They said a field goal in every game. He's got distance up to 50, 55 yards. They said that they haven't attempted any because they, again, want to make sure his confidence is there. But boy, man, he has got a terrific leg. And I thought Kent State got a break there. You know, because that would have been a 1st down if they would have called that roughing the passer on Matt Dellinger, the linebacker who was bringing the heat on Philip Ely. Instead, it goes as a no call, and Toledo's forced to kick the field goal, and that's got to make your defense feel pretty good. You're able to get off the field there in a situation now being down 10 points opposed to being obviously down 14.
Rode with the kickoff. Return back to the 22-yard line, and that is just about it.
Here's the problem. I mean, Kent State's not built for long drives. Not against this Toledo defense. And you know, you got field position here about the 22-yard line. It's a long way to go to get some points, especially when Colin Reardon has struggled the way that he has this afternoon. Reardon on the day 4 for 11, only 57 yards, and you know, most of those come on the Raekwon James 46-yard screen pass.
That was a great defensive stop by John Stepik for Toledo coming off the field. And here's George Ballas coming into the game in relief of Reardon, redshirt freshman from Aurora.
I have a feeling we might see Ballas today.
Quarterback keeper makes one man miss, breaks another tackle, and it looks as if he's got a first down after an 11-yard gain. Kind of excited. Looked like he might have tripped over the 32-yard line there.
All right, so this is interesting. Ball is in the game. The redshirt freshman out of Aurora who maybe bring a little spark to the offense.
He just fell down.
The turf monster.
There you go. Boy, Durham, it takes more than one to bring him down. He bulls his way out to the 36-yard line. So Ball is a redshirt freshman from Aurora, Ohio. He's got good size, 6'3", 208. First career touchdown came against Delaware State, a 5-yard run. Then he ran for a 2-point conversion. And then he threw a 2-point conversion in that game to the tight end, Bryce Fackler. You can appreciate this, Dustin. His dad wrestled at Ohio State. His grandfather played at Ohio State and was Ohio State's first national wrestling champion. Slant, that's completed to the 40-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Certainly appreciate the wrestling program at Ohio State coming off a national championship there. But Bolas first throw of the game, a strike on the outside, a quick slant, and now we'll see what he does on 3rd down. Does Coach Haynes feel confident enough to put the football in the air? And Sean Clark, the offensive coordinator,
going to throw it. Maybe. Needs the corner. He's got the first down and is out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Well, how about the block at the end of this play from
payback?
Ernest Calhoun coming back at the end. But I really like the patience from Bolas. I mean, he sees nobody open down the field and then shows some athleticism to get outside. But here comes the big hit right here at the end. Calhoun with a blindside hit. I think that's Jawan Woodley. 5'11", 230-pound linebacker for Toledo takes the brunt of that hit from Ernest Calhoun at the end of that run.
Inside of 4 minutes to go until halftime. We've got our Capital One halftime report coming up at the break. Play action. Bolas. And that pass is completed.
Wow.
To the... that was Calhoun.
So Calhoun comes back. He has the big block, and then right over the middle, Bolas delivers a strike. And Calhoun's falling down at the end of this play, still ends up making the catch. How about this Kent State offense getting a little something going here?
All right, 4 wide receivers, 3 to the top. Oh, and what great penetration that time. Durham brought right down, and it was Trent Voss who brought him down.
Well, you always see number 91 and 97 get up at the end of that pile. Hester and Jones, those guys are monsters in the middle. Draw a lot of double and triple teams. Now they bring them out of the game in a passing situation, get kind of the rotation in there. See Bolas throws. James is back in there as a sidecar to his right. Now he goes into the pistol formation and he hands the ball to him short side. It's going to be bumped out of bounds. Depends on where they spot this ball. Just shy of the 35-yard line. And Nathan Putoff, the center, number 52, slow to get up. And they'll take him off the field. Coming off under his own power. Sophomore from Columbus, St. Charles High. 3rd and 9. Probably 4-down territory here, Dave, because your kicker missed the field goal the last time you got into this area. I would imagine you just try and you got a couple plays here drawn up.
Bolas gets away from one defender, throws, and that one will sail into the Kent State bench. That's probably the best thing that could have happened on that play.
Man, it could have been a sack or an interception. Somehow Bolas is able to get away. Man, shows some really good athleticism. They're trying to do a pump fake slant and go on the outside, sluggo. And then Bolas just lucky to get outside the tackle box and throw that one away.
Yeah, Keenan Gibbs, 34, had both hands on the redshirt freshman, and he was able to spin away. And the Flashes will punt this ball, or they're in the punt formation anyway. Melchione Fair catch called for at the 9. 26-yard punt, no return. Now with 2:20 to go and with a 10-point lead, how aggressive do you think the Rockets will be here before halftime?
Very. Knowing Matt Campbell and what he's all about in his offense and his confidence he has in his offense, I'd imagine they're very aggressive here with their play calling. But you know, part of it has to do with what you do on 1st and 2nd down here. Like, they may come out and run the ball, and you may think that, well, that's going to be really conservative. But they've got so much confidence in Swanson and Kareem Hunt that they can break a big one. So all of a sudden, Swanson here on 1st down, they may run the ball, but they pick up 15 yards. Well, then that tells you, okay, well, now we're out to the 30-yard line, 25-yard line, and we decide to be even more aggressive and throw. But look at this. They're going to spread everything out again, go back to that pistol formation with Swanson in the backfield.
Swanson, 9 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown here in the first half.
There you go.
There he goes, breaks tackles. Beyond the 30. 40. Cutting it back, got away from one man inside the 30. The 20. 10. 5. Brought down shy of the goal line. What a tremendous run by Terry Swanson. 88 yards.
What patience by Swanson. It looks like he's going to be bottled up right here in the center of that Kent State defense, and then he gets away from Italiano here at the end, and then you can almost just see he starts to get tired at the end of this run. He cuts back on that Kent State defense. Dellinger runs him down from behind, but that's what I'm talking about. Big plays with the running game. That's not even just being aggressive. That's just a big play from Terry Swanson.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Toledo. Welcome back, Kareem Hunt.
Welcome back to the offense. Kareem Hunt, just as you said, this is his first touchdown of the season, running behind his offensive line. Reuben Carter. Pershawn and Storm Norton there on the left side of that offensive line. They have done such a good job this season. They're averaging 175 yards per game on the ground between, you think about, they've replaced all 5 of their offensive linemen, and they're still doing it. They're doing the exact same thing they've done from a season ago.
Kick is up and good, and it's 24-7. Hunt has got 20 yards on 7 carries here in the first half.
Well, how's this for conservative?
Yeah, well, there were 2 plays. They ran 2 plays on the ground.
It's like Swanson, I think for a second thought he was going to be bottled up there, runs into the back of his center, Reuben Carter, and then I love at the end, you can just see how tired he's getting. He just ran about 95 yards. But good effort from Dellinger to try and get him down and make him take another snap. But then, of course, they bring in Kareem Hunt, who's fresh on the sidelines. How about that? I mean, your buddy does all the work. Swanson gets you down to the 2-yard line, and then you get to come in and get all the glory.
That's the thing that drives people crazy about fantasy football, right? 2 plays, 90 yards in 36 seconds. Hunt with a 2-yard touchdown. Swanson, who is the reigning player of the week, offensive player of the week in the MAC after going for 139 yards last week. Now 10 attempts, 150 yards, a touchdown, and that 88-yard dash inside the 5 that set up Kareem Hunt's score moments ago. Short kick taken at the 10-yard line. And out to the 27 for the Golden Flashes. And they have their full complement of all 3 timeouts with 1:39 to go.
And the fact that Toledo only has 1 left, that helps you out if you're Kent State here in this situation, because had Toledo had their full complement of timeouts as well, they may be trying to get the football back. But instead, you know, here on 1st and 2nd down, you can be really aggressive.
George Bolas stays in there, 2 for 3, 22 yards passing. 2 attempts rushing the football for 16 yards on that last drive. A drive that got inside the Toledo 40-yard line. But they decided to punt the football away. Now whistles before the snap.
I think Kent State really needs some points here, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown this drive. They need something. And that's not how you start a drive off with the false start penalty. But, Dave, they got to get some points, man. Something to go in here. You get this thing to 14 at halftime. You got a little confidence. Bolus has played pretty well here. At least it was the last drive. Maybe something happens on this drive to make you feel better about second half coming back.
Stefano Millen stays in there at the center position right now along the offensive line for Kent State.
Empty.
5 wide, trips to the bottom. Bolus completed pass up to the 30-yard line. Now you've got to be cognizant of the clock here. It's running. You're down to 90 seconds on a turning clock. And
well, you'll see, sorry.
I was going to say that was only a 4-yard pickup.
You get to see the freshman quarterback. This is a situation he's not used to. I mean, you don't get a lot of reps in practice at running the 2-minute offense.
They'll go empty again. Ooh, goodness. What a big hit for the Rockets on defense right there. Chase Murdoch, the senior from Barrington, Illinois, stepped right in there and lowered the boom on the ball carrier. And he remains down.
Oh, man. A big hit from Murdoch.
That was Calhoun.
Well, Murdoch's got about 80 pounds on Calhoun. And you can see right there, oh boy, that's a big hit. That's a big time hit from Chase Murdoch. Clean hit, by the way. Yep. Clean hit. I mean, he's got him in a phone booth there. And he wraps him up. And Murdoch's a terrific story. You know, the guy 2 years ago led the team in tackles, 109 tackles. Didn't play last year. Basically got benched because Ray Bush won the job. And now he's back starting in the middle of that defense. And they say he's playing better than ever.
Yeah, they got 2 great linebackers at that position. You got Murdoch, and then Woodley's with there as well, and he started some games this year. 3rd down coming up. Clock running. Down to 50 seconds. Bolus throws. Boy, good pass. Right on the money with that, and that's a 1st down.
What a difference Bolus makes to this offense. Really, really accurate. Great throw there.
Johnny Woods.
To Johnny Woods, another freshman for this Kent State offense. They've got 3 of them at the wide receiver position who've already made an impact in this game.
Throws it late, and that pass is incomplete. The receiver was Bryce Fackler, the junior tight end, trying to come back to the ball. Could not stay in bounds.
Well, here's what I don't get. I mean, you've got 3 timeouts left, you're Kent State, and now you're already down to 34 seconds. You started this drive with about a minute and a half, minute 40 to go.
139.
139 to go, and you've already used a minute of clock, and you've still got all your timeouts left. I mean, we're talking about maybe 5-6 plays here left. Maybe.
Don Treadwell is the offensive coordinator for Kent. Going to send this one down the field. Incomplete. The freshman was able to pick up the one-on-one coverage, but that pass was too far ahead of Woods for him to pull it in. Mathis had the coverage. Trayvon Mathis, sophomore from Pittsburgh Woodland Hills.
Well, I guess the good news about having your timeouts is that you certainly can work the middle of the field here with no worry about stopping the clock, but it's 3rd and long. So you got to make sure you pick up the 1st down at least, because otherwise you're going to have to punt this thing back to Toledo here on 4th down.
Bolus finds the one-on-one coverage again, but can't thread the needle in there. For the Rockets, good coverage. Connor Aria, the senior from Weirton, West Virginia, was the intended receiver.
He was just late on the throw. I thought he had him for a second. He was running a wheel route. Arlia was on the outside. He's just got to throw that a little bit earlier, but you know, keep an eye on this now. Toledo is going to get the football back. The very dangerous Corey Jones, number 4, back there deep for Toledo. If they get some decent field position, they'll take a shot here.
Melchioni with the punt.
Wow.
It takes a Toledo bounce and will be down near the 23-yard line with 12 seconds remaining in the 1st half. 34-yard punt, no return.
Taking a knee here?
I think I am.
Yeah.
I think I am. It's
don't risk a turnover.
Yeah. You've only got 1 timeout to work with.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's probably the right call with 1 timeout. I mean, where you're at on the field, if you were out near midfield, like or at least the 45-yard line, maybe you take a shot. But who knows? Matt Campbell's he's a wily one.
Well, they're not in a victory formation.
No, they are not. Just hand this off to Kareem Hunt.
And they will keep this ball on the ground. And that should end the first half. So after a couple of shaky moments, special teams wise, at the beginning of this game for the Toledo Rockets, everybody for the 24th ranked Rockets clicking now on the same page as they head back to the locker room on this homecoming Saturday. 24-7, the Rockets lead Kent State. Our Capital One halftime report begins on the other side of this upcoming commercial break. Halftime activities are concluded on this homecoming Saturday. Toledo Rockets lead this game 24-7 over Kent State. Matt Campbell has seen his Rockets score 24 unanswered points. The Rockets won the toss. They did not defer. They took the ball. So Kent State will get the football first here in the third quarter. Dustin, I'm telling you what, it is an absolutely perfect day for college football. You got your chocolate chip cookies. You got your temperatures in the 60s.
What more could I ask?
You got a nationally ranked team to call.
Thank you to lovely Chelsea, who just brought us, our stage manager, brought us some chocolate chip cookies here in the booth. The booth is open.
Yes.
My goodness. This is perfect football weather. Beautiful October weather. And much better than last weekend. You and I both had a couple of interesting games with the weather this past weekend.
I was at Appalachian last week. We lost the field in the fog a couple of times. And out beyond the 25-yard line to the 26 goes Raekwon James. A couple of the big players for Kent State that got hit, and we haven't seen them since, include Antoine Dixon, a big play specialist for Kent State. Went out in the first half, did not come back. George Bolus in relief of Colin Reardon. So far, so good. 4 of 8 for 43 yards and has looked comfortable out there. Not intimidated at all by this nationally ranked defense of Toledo.
Well, and he's looked confident in terms of running the football, too. He's made some plays with his legs. Very, very athletic kid.
Play action, rolling to the short side. Looked at the tight end and then throws to the 35-yard line over the head of his intended receiver. Incomplete.
Even though you don't complete that pass, that's what you want to do. You want to try and move the pocket for Bolus. He's athletic. Obviously, you can see that right there. Moving the pocket, getting away from some of those big pass rushers in the middle of that defense. And again, a little bit of tempo here from Kent State. I like it.
Johnny Woods was the intended receiver. Incomplete. It's 2nd and 10. And isn't it curious, when a backup quarterback comes into the game, he starts looking for those targets that he throws to in practice that may not be the first teamers. Durham breaks 1 tackle and maybe picks up a yard, but no more. He's out to the 27-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Durham, 10 carries for 30 yards today. Had an early 14-yard run, but has been pretty much bottled up by this rush defense of the Rockets. Kent State just 3 of 10 on 3rd down today, looking at 3rd and long, and Bolus will just throw that ball away. That's a pretty wise move, actually.
Yeah, nowhere to go with the football. Don't want to take a sack. You know you're going to punt here on 4th down. He's able to get outside the tackle box, throws it away. Not a good start for the offense, because you're going to go 3 and out and give the ball right back to Toledo. Probably with excellent field position, but at least you sort of avoided what could have been a disaster there with a big sack.
Anthony Melchiori is back to punt this football. Jones at the 31-yard line to return it for the Rockets.
Everyone holds their breath, I think, every time Corey Jones gets a chance, and he'll have a chance right here.
No fair catch. Going to try to get to the outside. Turns the corner a little bit more. Runs through a tackle. Flag is down behind him, though. Cutting back the other way. 20, 15, 10, 5. Bumped out of bounds at the 2, but we've got to check on the flag. A 47-yard punt and a tremendous return.
No, I think there's a couple of calls they could have made here. One was a block in the back and another was a hold. I only see one flag. Second big-time special teams touchdown that's going to come back because of a penalty. They had the opening kickoff of the game that came back.
It's going to go against Connery Swift.
Right there, working on Nate Holley. Obviously, it was a factor in the play, so they call the hold. But man, how about just the athleticism and the excitement that Corey Jones brings to the special teams? Obviously, he's a tremendous wide receiver, but shows such amazing athleticism. I love the little high step there. He gives it to Melchiori, the punter from Kent State, and then hits the turbo to try and get to the corner of the end zone. By the way, he didn't get in the end zone.
No.
He didn't score.
So Swanson will be the first running back we'll see here in the second half. 10 attempts, 150 yards and a touchdown. Has an 88-yard run in this game. Rockets will start their first possession of the third quarter from their own 21. There's Swanson. Oh, and he is immediately brought down from behind. Nice play defensively for Kent State. That's Anthony Johnson, sophomore defensive end from Miami, 34.
Anthony Johnson stops Kent State. Second down and 9.
A career-high 7 tackles in that double overtime loss against Marshall at Dick Stadium a couple of weeks ago. Second down and 9. There's Ely's numbers, the Alabama transfer. Jones in motion. Ely to pass. Incomplete. Tried to paint the sidelines and get that football into John Vay Johnson, redshirt freshman from Gary, Indiana. It is incomplete.
Okay, so Kent State now has a chance to get off the field here on third down. 3rd and 9, forcing Toledo to probably attempt a pass here on third down, but they've done a good job at keeping Toledo behind the sticks on first and second down, behind the schedule, I guess I should say.
Russell to the near side, Thompson to the top. Ely rolling to the wide side, throwing back across his body into traffic, incomplete. He's trying to get that football in there to the backup tight end Michael Roberts. And they go 3 and out. And that's a good defensive stand early here in the second half for Kent State.
Yeah, it really is. Their defense to kind of bow up here. You know, Toledo does a good job getting off the field on their first possession defensively, and then Kent State gets the football right back. All right, so no harm, no foul, to see if they can get something going here. What essentially is their first possession of the game again. They just swapped out 3 and outs, and here we go.
Gets the punt away.
Good
James will chase it all the way back to his 25-yard line. Gets across the 30 up to the 32, and that will be it. That's a 53-yard punt. 12:55 to go, third quarter. Golden Flashes have the football back, but they trail Kent State 24-7. Really happy. And he's telling the linesman, hey, you just missed a block in the back.
And I think he's got a good argument here. Right on the previous punt return. Potential block in the back there. It's hard to tell if he got his head and body in front of the Toledo coverage man. It's Wantez McCray coming down for Kent State.
Bolus with the pitch. Oh, James with a couple of nice steps. Problem was there were 3 defenders around the football, and it's only going to be a loss of 2 yards.
I like this call, a little triple option. They pitch it out to James, but how about the defensive back coming up there? Linebacker and company breaking down, and the interior of that Toledo defense kind of having some pursuit to the football there.
Bolus, a red shirt freshman, in relief of Colin Reardon today. Came into the game in the middle of the second quarter, throws over the middle.
It might be a fumble.
And is that going to be ruled a turnover? Going to wait. And that will be ruled a turnover. The Rockets have it. They were able to separate the football from James.
The fumble recovered by number 8, Chaz Whitaker.
Chaz Whitaker, number 8, is going to come up with this ball. And that's clearly a fumble.
Clearly a fumble. Comes down with it. He secures the football. Catches it. Secured. It's maybe closer than we thought from that angle, but I think it's still going to be ruled a fumble. They'll take a look at it.
Chase Murdoch with the hit. You know, we had an interesting conversation before the game, Dustin, with the replay officials here. And this play will be under review. I think the call's going to stand. We'll see.
It's tough. I mean, again, we slowed it down right there. And that makes it seem like there's more time between him catching the ball and when it comes out. But it's, I mean, as a football fan, you watch that, you say that's a catch. That's a catch and a fumble. I think that's going to stand.
The replay officials were telling us that they've got pretty recent data that 1/3 of every play that is reviewed is overturned. So that means that 2/3 of the calls are upheld, and that every review they're trying to wrap up in about a minute.
I just wonder, Dave, when he catches it and he comes down, he never really tucks it away. It's almost like the ball's still kind of in the middle, in his chest, before he can actually secure it.
It's a good look at those gold face masks that the Rockets have rolled out today for the first time since 2008. All right, you want to get into the conversation of what constitutes a catch? Let's make sure we get a transcript of our conversation to Des Bryant.
That's a good look at it right there. As he comes down,
he's got it.
He takes 2 steps, Dave. I think that's a fumble.
Still waiting. And looks like we're on the verge of a decision here. Hey, you know, even though it's homecoming, it's like most of the fans managed to stick around here in the second half in the Glass Bowl.
Hey, great crowd here at the Glass Bowl. It's a beautiful day. I mean, we're sitting around Toledo today with nothing to do. Check out the top 25 ranked Rockets and enjoy some football.
Still waiting.
A lot of conversation about it, though. I thought it would be quicker than that, so maybe there is some talk as to.
And I've never been able to figure out the psychology of what it means when the delay is taking longer. Anyway, here's the call.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. See, you never really know. You never really know.
Well, you and I and everybody watching this game, I think, assumed that was going to be a fumble. But again, they go back and take a look at it. And remember, there was a penalty on that play, a holding call. But they're still going to decline it. Matt Campbell's going to decline the penalty and make it 3rd and long instead of 2nd and, I don't know, 20. They feel that confident in their defense to get off the field here, one play on 3rd and 12. But Kent State catches a break because even if they don't convert this, they still get a chance to punt this thing away. I mean, Toledo was going to have the football at Kent State's 40-yard line.
So it's 3rd and 11 from the 30-yard line. Out of the pistol this time. Bolus play action. Steps up. Across the 35, the 40. He's got the first down and more. Look at him go. All the way down to the Rocket 47.
An amazing burst here from Bolus. He's looking down the field, and then he sees the pressure coming, and then all of a sudden Jalen Coleman, he can't get him. He has a bad angle. And then Chase Murdoch comes in at the end to just kind of tap him out of bounds. But wow, what a play. The speed. Outruns Coleman, the linebacker.
Quarterback keeper again. And that plays a winner as it goes down to the 41-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. James is in there at a running back spot. Bolus, short pass. That is going to be caught, but it is not going to be a first down. It's going to be third down and less than a yard.
No, obviously this is 4-down territory, 3rd and 1. You know, I do hear, Dave, I'd take a shot. Take a shot at the end zone.
Fackler made that catch, and now he's lined up to the left, and that's where they run the football. Then pushing back into the middle of the line is James with second effort, and he gets the first down.
What a turn of events. I mean, you think about Toledo was going to get the football with the chance to maybe put this thing away and go up 31-7. If they would have scored a touchdown, they were in Kent State territory. The penalty, the call is overturned. Kent State then gets it back 3rd and 12. They convert it, and now all of a sudden they're knocking on the door a little bit here.
Whitaker, number 8, comes back on here for Toledo in this first down situation. Bolus rolling to the wide side, now throwing to the end zone. Contact and nearly intercepted. There was a real battle going on for that football. Tyson was the intended receiver.
I thought Tyson does a good job at the end of this play. I thought the defender there had a chance to intercept it, but Tyson comes across and becomes the defensive back to knock it out.
It was Teachy on the coverage. Now looking over the middle, a lot of contact.
How's that? Oh, there it comes.
And finally a flag.
That's a late flag. Wow, that was a lot of contact on Raekwon James over the middle. I think it was DeJuan Rogers, the safety. Whenever you see that hit turn, when it comes from behind, you know that that's going to be a PI. Correction, it's going to be Jalen Coleman, the linebacker, matched up against the running back there. And again, I mean, there's a reason why Raekwon James spun around like a top there. It was Coleman all over him.
So that's going to be a first down for Kent State at the Toledo 29. Closing in on the red zone. Fake it to James. Bolus to the end zone again. Again, a lot of contact. And is that going to be an interception? A fight for the ball. And it will be. That's going to be an interception and a touchback. They're trying to pull Tyson off the ball.
I think it's Roland Milligan. Starting nickelback for Toledo is going to come up with this interception.
You got it. It is Milligan.
Milligan, the transfer from UAB, who's really come in here and earned the starting job the last couple of weeks as the nickel. How about perfect position, turns his head, and then the ball kind of falls into a perfect spot. I thought at the end there was a little bit of a fight. Remember that play at the end, the Fail Mary?
Yeah.
At the end of that Packers and Seahawks game, Monday Night Football, years ago, or a couple years ago, I should say. Kind of a similar play here. Remember, simultaneous possession goes to the offense, but they're going to say this is an interception. Milligan comes down with it.
Now watch Tyson. He never gives up on this.
He doesn't. I mean, is that a reviewable call here? I mean, you think potentially there's simultaneous possession there as he goes down?
He's not giving up on that ball.
And by the way, does his foot, as he's trying to maintain possession of the ball, his foot hits the back line of the end zone?
Nevertheless,
yeah,
they're not going to review that. And the Rockets will have it at their own 20. Ely swing pass.
Great tackle.
Yeah, that's a very good tackle. Holly back in his hometown making a stop. That's got to be a lonely feeling when you're one-on-one out there with Kareem Hunt.
You know, I was watching him the entire play, and as he comes down, I'm thinking, oh, I feel so bad for him. He's got open field with Kareem Hunt, but look at him. He pushes it back inside. That's what you're supposed to do, play with leverage, and it's a good tackle from Nate Holly.
Gains a yard. Second down and 9.
Everybody is to the line of scrimmage here.
Oh, yeah. Ely completes the pass up to the 32-yard line, and that is going to be a first down to Alonzo Russell. Russell, that's his third catch in the afternoon. I've got him unofficially for 3 catches for 51 yards. Rockets move the chains. Toledo has scored 24 unanswered here in this game. Hunt bounces it to the outside. Look at the big guy rumble, making some moves here, midfield and more to the 46-yard line.
Again, the zone blocking scheme allows a running back like Kareem Hunt, who can bounce it and shows athleticism. And the cutback here, Italiano misses, and then Dellinger finishes him off, but that's Kareem Hunt, who's not even 100% yet.
Hunt again to the 39-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain. I was going to ask you that. I mean, where would you put his health at this point? It's kind of hard to judge, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not in his body, but I know that he's dealing with a hamstring injury that's kind of become an issue over the last month or so, and those aren't easy. I mean, I dealt with muscle injuries my entire career, quads, hamstrings, calves, things like that, and you know, you want to get back to 100%, and I know he wants to be out there with his teammates every single week, but he's got to make sure that's 100% because they could just continue to get re-injured.
Well, he touches the football for the 3rd consecutive down, sheds one tackler, and puts his head down and takes it to the 31-yard line for another nice gain and a 1st down.
Well, if he's not close to 100%, I don't know. I want to see him at 100% because he looks terrific today. You know, we thought coming into the game we would see him. I think because of the early struggles to Toledo's offense, they felt like they needed to get him in the game, and he's made a big impact on this offense.
1st and 10 at the Kent 32. Michael Roberts to the left side of the formation. They set up a little flanker screen there, and it's a 1-yard gain, and that is it. Johnson, who had the kickoff return to open the game, called back, makes the catch.
Johnson saying, come on, Roberts, you got to make a block for me out there. Michael Roberts, the tight end, he's the man who would have set that screen up, and Johnson could have went for a big gainer, but he misses the block.
Play action. Ely. Incomplete. Trying to go to Johnson. Fans over there wanted a flag, and there is a flag in the backfield. And this could be a late hit on the quarterback.
It might have been Clay Miller late with the pressure who got Ely on the ground and probably will get called for roughing.
Personal foul, roughing the passes. Defense, number 52, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yep, you called it. Clay Miller, senior from Maple Heights, Ohio. Now, Ely started his career all those years ago at Alabama. Still pretty tight with some of his old teammates. I'm talking this week about he still keeps tabs on his old roommate, Ryan Kelly, the center for Alabama. And Tide, of course, playing Arkansas today. After the penalty, 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Rockets back in the red zone. Haven't seen Swanson in a while. He gets a chance to touch the football. Picks up 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 as he reaches the 15. Dellinger, the senior from Clarkston, Michigan, makes the stop. We have not seen Damian Jones-Moore today. There's just so many touches.
Yeah, there's only so many carries to go around, and with Kareem Hunt getting back into the mix, you know, Jones-Moore goes back to the bench. I mean, think about this. He leads the team in touchdowns. He's got 4 touchdowns on the year, Jones-Moore.
To the end zone. Did he break the plane? Touchdown, yes. Touchdown catch is made. Daryl Richards.
Big time throw from Philip Ely here to Daryl Richards on the outside. Fakes the handoff to Kareem Hunt and gets Richards showing an amazing acrobatic catch. And I think that may be reviewed because I'm not sure he crossed the plane. But nonetheless, again, great throw in stride. Najee Murray out there on coverage, but an even better execution from Richards to haul it in.
And it looks like they are going to take a look at this. That play's under review. And while they take a look at it, we'll step aside momentarily. It's a touchdown for the moment. 6:54 to go in the third. Toledo with the point after pending, lead by Richards, still under review.
Rocket Fingers Get Timeout was brought to you by Paramount Healthcare.
After further review, the runners knees down with the ball short of the goal line. The ball in place at the half-yard line, first down. Please reset shape clock to 6:57.
And there's the knee.
Good call.
Yeah, I thought so too.
It's the right call. Go back to it and make it right, and obviously they did. And I think Toledo feels pretty confident they're going to be able to punch this in from a half yard.
Yeah, they look on their bench and they have Kareem Hunt. And that's a pretty good back to have when you're so close to the goal line. Scored his first touchdown of the year. How odd is it to say that in this game? And here's a chance for him to pick up another. Ely leads the offense back out. From the 1. Hunt. Touchdown.
Well, Kareem Hunt was happy he got called back.
Yeah.
He's able to pad his stats a little bit here. Second touchdown of the day, second touchdown of the season for Kareem Hunt.
So he's got a 1-yarder and a 2-yarder in this game.
They all count the same. And those offensive linemen, the big boys up front, have really stepped up this year. I think Reuben Carter, too, the addition of him coming over from Florida State, a guy who played 11 games for them in 2013 on the national championship team, was a backup center, but played in some games. I think he's really helped this offensive line.
Kick is up and good. That makes it 31-7. Toledo Rockets now have scored 31 unanswered points. Kareem Hunt, his second rushing touchdown of the game. A little bit more space between the Rockets and the Golden Flashes. 16 rushing yards in a 30-20 win at Kent. Right now, Swanson's got 152 yards. Kareem Hunt has 54 yards. They combined for 3 touchdowns. 216 last year at Dick Stadium. Today, 206 yards, and we've still got a quarter and a half to play. See that from that graphic that Toledo now has gone over their per game scoring average, and they're doing it against a very good Kent State defense. Kickoff and the return out near the 29-yard line. And if Raekwon James spends a little bit of extra time in the whirlpool tomorrow, it's totally understandable.
Man,
He's been getting a lot of touches today.
Taking a beating too. I mean, he's been knocked around as a receiver, making some blocks on special teams. I mean, he's been all over the place.
Yeah, you can see he's in a little bit of physical discomfort over there now. That was an interesting looking play where Bolas took the handoff, looked as if he wanted to throw to the short side for a wide receiver screen, and it was a delayed handoff to Durham, and it got 3 yards.
Yeah, I like the call. Got to try and spread out this Toledo defense in some way, shape, or fashion, and they're just, it's tough. I mean, up front, they're so good. Durham
gets the corner and will go out of bounds at the 40-yard line. There is a flag down back at the 31. Boy, Durham is a load. 6'1", 250. Really hard to get a real good shot on him And those big thighs. Reno Rita, the left tackle, 54.
Boy, 24 points with this defense. If you're Toledo, I mean, this feels like 50. You know, the thing about the Kent State offense, they only have 7 points in this game because of a special teams touchdown, a punt that goes over the head of the Toledo punter, Nick Ellis, and they've recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. Otherwise, we'd be sitting here 31-0 right now.
That's exactly right. Bolus, protection's good. Rolling to the short side.
Get rid of it.
And he's going to just take a lick before he goes out of bounds. Should have thrown that ball away.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage, but again, this is a young kid out here in Bolus, a redshirt freshman who's learning on the job, so to speak. Nobody's open down the field. He's got to learn just get rid of the, like right now, get rid of the football, get out of the way. I mean, you essentially take an unnecessary hit there from a couple of Toledo defenders.
Kent 5 of 13 on third down conversion attempts. 3rd and 17. They need their own 39. And it's been that kind of day. Chris White runs into his own blocker and immediately goes down, and they're going to have to punt that football away. Rita.
Can credit Reno Rita with the tackle on this one. Oh boy. That might make it on Monday Night Football's Come On Man segment.
Maybe, or the Sports Center not top 10?
It might.
All kidding aside, love the idea that Kent State awards an offensive lineman every year that jersey, the number 54 that was worn by Jason Bitsko, the former starting right tackle who died in the fall camp of 2014. It's a real honor. Yeah, he has to sign a pledge that he's going to honor that uniform. Reno's an all-MAC candidate. Paul Haynes got a pretty interesting staff. Matt Campbell, things are going his way. Started play today as one of 5 teams in the Gang of 5 conferences still undefeated. John Steinbrecher had a conversation with him. I know, Dustin, you did too, the commissioner of the MAC here before the game. Very excited about the possibility that a team like Toledo from the MAC could get an all-access slot to a New Year's Day Bowl.
Well,
they were projected by ESPN to play in the Fiesta Bowl earlier this week. Melchiori with the punt. Jones will call for the fair catch at the 29.
Jones is still tired from running on that last one that got called back. I'll just fair catch this one.
46-yard punt, no return.
Back to Toledo, though, for a second. I mean, they've got a realistic opportunity here to run the table. I was looking at the FPI this morning for the game, which is ESPN's measurement of probability of how many wins they're going to have and the probability to win out. They've got a 20% chance to win out, and they project them to at least get 10 wins on the season. That would be a terrific year for Matt Campbell, but they've got a really, really tough stretch of games in November.
Swanson on the carry, takes it to the 33.
When all those games get pushed to national television, ESPN, ESPN2, and they've got Northern Illinois, they've got Western Michigan, Central Michigan. Those are going to be some really, really tough battles. I mean, the West, the MAC West is and has been the tough part of this conference for the last 5 years or so. And Northern Illinois has just dominated the MAC West.
And Northern Illinois has played for the MAC championship as the representative out of the West Division 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
Alexander. It'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up. Clock stopped briefly after that injury.
You'll see a heavy dose here of Terry Swanson. I think with the game, at least from Toledo's standpoint, you feel pretty good about putting this one away. I'd imagine they put Mr. Hunt on the shelf. With him being healthy, you assume he gets out of this game healthy. You put him back on the shelf for the rest of this one and just run Swanson.
Thompson comes in motion to the formation. Now look over the middle. Pass is caught. And that's Roberts, and he's fighting for that 1st down marker, and he may have it up at the 41-yard line. Roberts caught a touchdown pass last week, the first of the season for him. A 3-yard touchdown pass in Muncie. Hawley trying to get that ball out of there. Number 18 for Kent State. Back at it. Right up the middle with the run goes Swanson to the 47-yard line. Nazi Murray on the corner. Junior from Steubenville makes the stop.
Who do you think's actually giving the correct signal? There's like 6 guys on the sideline for Toledo, all signaling in these crazy signs like it's a baseball game or something.
Jones in motion. That's true. I had no idea. Here's a reverse to Jones. Oh, beautiful cut. And then a nice open field tackle made by Nate Hawley. He wasn't having it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Nate Hawley has really impressed me today from his safety position. He was a 1st-team All-MAC player last season, averaging almost 13 tackles a game. Look at this. In open field against Corey Jones, one of the most athletic guys in the conference, Hawley comes over here and knifes him down.
Textbook
tackle from Nate Hawley. Just a terrific play. You know he's playing inspired football today, coming back to Toledo.
Pass was a little bit behind Jones, but he was able to adapt and collect it and get the 1st down, and they move the chains. Hawley on the season. 1st and 10 from the Kent State 47. Empty backfield, 5 wide. And Russell is alone in the middle of the field. And they'll stop his forward progress at the Golden Flashes 39. He turned around to face the quarterback, and there wasn't a defender within 5 yards.
Oh, Ely's looked really good on this drive. I know Kent State is sort of playing a little passive here with their defense, playing off these wide receivers, allowing a lot of room. But Ely has looked a lot more confident in the 2nd half than he did early in the ball game.
That was a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Hunt back in that game, and he runs into one of his own defenders, or one of his own blockers. Well, that may be the secret to stopping the guy. A loss on the play, back to the 41.
Kareem Hunt just going to run right into his defender. It seems like both teams want to tackle each other today, tackle their own guys.
That was Reuben Carter, the center. 3rd down now. 3rd and 4. Empty set again. Hunt is a flanker to the left side. And the throw goes to Hunt, and he can't hold it. He was open, and it looked like Ely hit him right on the hands.
Yeah, that was a 1st down. I mean, Kareem Hunt's got that with a lot of open field in front of him. I think he's thinking about catching it, turning upfield, and maybe trying to run that for a touchdown, but he's got to secure the football and get the 1st down now. Toledo's going to punt this back to Kent State.
James is back at the 10. Snap back to Ellis is good. High short kick.
Great bounce.
Look at this roll. Well, takes a little bit of a Kent State roll. It'll be down at the 9. So with 30 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter, the Golden Flashes will take over at their own 9-yard line after a 32-yard punt. Paul Haynes just not been able to figure out this Toledo defense today. You can can see he's frustrated.
Got to be happy, though, the way Bolus has come in and showed some signs of being the future here at the quarterback position. I know a lot of folks here who are Kent fans, Kent alum. They had high expectations of Colin Reardon after his freshman year. He's played since he was a true freshman. He's had a lot of experience. He's 4th all-time in career completions and touchdowns at Kent State. But he just looks like it's in his head or something, because I've seen him play over the years games where he's looked so good and so confident. Today he just really lacked the confidence, especially early. And I don't blame Coach Haynes for going to the backup quarterback, because they had nothing going with Colin, and they put Bolus in the game. At least they were able to move the chains a little bit.
There's Reardon. Got the hat and the headset for the moment. Bolus running the offense for Kent State. And right now, as we go to the 4th at the Glass Bowl, Toledo leads the Golden Flashes 31-7. Northwest Ohio, Toledo leads Kent State 31-7. Toledo, nationally ranked this week, 24 in the AP. Big crowd here at the Glass Bowl. Most of them have stayed on this homecoming Saturday. The tailgating lots were just packed this morning before the game. 2nd down. Flashes with the football. Trying to get wide and down to the 16-yard line. A pretty good battle right there. First carry of the game for P.J. Sims, the freshman from Tallahassee. Picks up 6. 3rd down now. 5 of 14 on 3rd down conversion attempts today. Swinging it out wide. Pass is caught. That's a 1st down. It's Simmons again, and he will take it up to the 32-yard line. So that's a gain of 16, and the Golden Flashes move the chains. And that is just their 12th first down of the game.
Simmons, another one of those young wide receivers they like. They recruited out of Florida. First team All-State last year in high school. Out of Tallahassee, Godby High School.
Hand off to Durham, and he takes it to the short side of the field. Gets up near the 35-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
I said to some of the folks at Kent State before the game, I said, how do you get kids to leave Florida and come to Ohio?
Yeah, that's a question.
If you're not going to Ohio State.
But you know what? When you know this, Dustin, you go on a trip,
yeah.
You meet your position coach, you strike up a relationship with your potential future teammates. It means a lot.
Well, and that's the point. I think it speaks volumes to what Paul Haynes has been able to do here in terms of the recruiting, and not only him but his staff have done a really good job getting some young talent in here. Look, I know there's a lot of people that believe Kent State should be better than they have. They won 2 games last season. Well, they've already got 2 wins this year. They're markedly improved. You can see it across the board. Their defense is playing inspired football. They still have to find a quarterback. You know, I know Reardon has been the guy, but they need to find somebody who they can actually in this conference. You got to throw the football.
Yep, you're right. You're right about that. Bolus with all kinds of time throws. You know, he's been pretty accurate throwing the ball. Brought down shy of the marker. Catch is made by Chandler, and it's going to be 4th down, and the Golden Flashes will send the punt unit out. You talk about recruiting to a certain area.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about Florida. I like these backup running backs where you've had Raekwon James and Miles Washington, both freshmen. One guy 1 year ahead of the other, but they were teammates at John Curtis High School in New Orleans.
Nolans.
Yeah.
Going down there and finding some talent.
Milky Ori with the punt. James from his own 13. Picked up a great block. Punter had no chance. Green grass ahead for James. Oh, what a great tackle from behind. Well, they won't like that in the film room. But that was Daryl Marshall, a freshman from Hyattsville, Maryland, who saved a touchdown.
This guy is just unbelievable, Corey Jones. Take a look at gets a couple of really good blocks down the field. Then he just bursts through a tackle right there.
He ran right through the punter.
I think right here, if he just decides to continue to running down the field instead of cutting back, he probably would have taken that one to the house. See right here, just keep going. Really good tackle, good effort down the field. Daryl Marshall, the cornerback, the freshman cornerback, shows good effort, not giving up on the play. But Corey Jones, man, he is special, isn't he?
No doubt. And I love the way Toledo uses them in a whole bunch of different ways. Jet sweeps, shorts, wide receiver screens, special teams.
Well, I know Matt Campbell is raved about Jason Candle's ability to go into Pittsburgh and recruit so well. And he's one of those Pittsburgh kids. Corey Jones out of Penn Hills, of course.
Kareem Hunt got right behind the umpire and took it up the field for about 10 yards. And just like that, Rockets knocking on the door again. They got a first down at the Kent State 24. Looking to add on. Well, if anything we've learned from this game, it's that Kareem Hunt looks healthy. A lot of question marks about when he would come back. Well, today he answered the bell, and he looks good.
Well, and you know, the weather here is perfect, too. It's warm out here. It allows a guy who's got a muscle injury in his legs, he's got a hamstring injury. That's what he's been dealing with. I mean, last week at Ball State it was cold, it was rainy, it was windy. Those are not ideal conditions to come back from a muscle injury. So this was perfect today. They got him another week of rest. And he did rest. I mean, he didn't practice a ton this week. And Coach told us that if he felt like he was able to go, he'd give it a go. And he's looked unbelievable today. I mean, if he's not 95%, I'd be shocked the way he looks.
Well, I just like the fact that he's able to accept so much work. You know, he's really had a lot of touches. He's played a lot. That's tough, you know, to do that in the middle of the season when you've missed games with leg problems.
Yeah.
Back in the red zone for the Rockets. They are 3 for 3 in the red zone today.
You know, and Kareem had to deal with the injury, or not the injury, the suspension to start the year. So he misses a couple of games and then has the injury. So it's not been the ideal start to his junior season, but he's really looking good today.
Jet sweep. And a flag comes in late. John Vay Johnson needed a block to get into the end zone. We'll have to check the penalty here. Looking to be against Toledo. That's the tight end, Zmolik.
Yeah, right here at the end of this run, you see he's got his arms all over Darius Redmond. And that's going to get called.
So it's still goal to go, second down and goal, but now the line of scrimmage is the 15. Play action. Ely to the wide side. Down to the 8-yard line.
Again, look at the tackle that Holly.
Man, he's everywhere.
I mean, every time you think that a Toledo receiver or running back's going to make a big play, all of a sudden number 18 knifes in the last second. Good call, good patience from Ely to get it to Wiltshire. But then look at this. Right there again, perfect tackle from Nate Holly.
So it's 3rd and goal now from the 7. Thompson comes in motion to the formation. Ely back in the end zone. Touchdown, Cody Thompson.
Not only is this a beautiful throw from Ely, but the concentration for Cody Thompson at the end when he's in the air to get both feet down. That's good in the NFL too. That's a beautiful throw and catch for Cody Thompson, and terrific awareness to know where he's at in the back of the end zone to get those feet down. And Toledo's all but put this one away.
Vest with the extra point. 7-yard touchdown catch for Thompson. 6 plays, 38 yards, 2 minutes and 29 seconds on the drive. Ely with another touchdown pass, his second of the day, puts him over 200 yards passing today. 19 of 32. Cody Thompson with the score, 38-7. After Thompson's touchdown catch, 38-7. And getting late in the afternoon, some of the fans starting to file out. In other games around the MAC today in Kalamazoo, Western Michigan beat Central Michigan 41-39. 10 minutes to go in the third. In DeKalb, Northern Illinois with the lead on Ball State, now 35-27. Eastern Michigan at home trailing Akron 47-21. 7 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Ohio wins over Miami in Athens 34-3. And Bowling Green a 62-38 winner over UMass this afternoon, just down the road. James with a kickoff return.
But he can't wait to get to that gold tub after this game, man. Raekwon is, he is sold out today. He's done a great job for this team. Unfortunately, they're going to fall short. The offense has just really not been able to put together a complete drive. You know, they've been able to move the ball at times. They had some success on the ground early in the game, but I just thought, you know, they kind of got away from it, especially in the second quarter. They started passing on earlier downs and they missed a field goal.
Kent State, number 1 in total defense in the MAC coming into this game, allowing 252 yards. Right now, total yards for Toledo sitting at 440. Got a good chance to double their average. All right, no call, or no foul.
No harm?
No foul, there you go.
Kent's got to find a way to start converting a third down. You know, they've really struggled, 20% of the season coming into this game. They're 5 of 13 today.
George Bolus remains in there at quarterback. Handoff to James, and James is brought down. Milligan stepped in there and brought him down in no uncertain terms. That's a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12. That's a sure tackle. Make it 2nd and 11. James remains in there. Rather tight formation. Trips to the top, 4 wide receivers set. Swing pass out to James with some room to operate across the 25, 30, dragged out of bounds, very close to a first down. Really impressive stuff by Raekwon James, the redshirt freshman from New Orleans. He's taken a beating and is still playing very well in this game.
He's playing hard. I mean, 9 minutes to go in the game, you're down 31 points. You're still fighting and clawing and trying to do something for your offense. Really, I mean, both guys, Bolus and Raekwon, are young guys, redshirt freshmen. Look at that cut.
Here he goes again. He's got the first down and more. Give him forward progress up to the 36-yard line, and they move the chains.
Just really think that Kent State needs to get some points in this drive. Just from a confidence standpoint, I mean, you were unable to get anything going offensively. I mean, the touchdown's a special teams touchdown. This offense needs to find its way to the end zone.
Toledo defense has not allowed a touchdown. The touchdown that Kent State scored was on a recovered fumble in the end zone off a botched punt. Bolus takes that one out of bounds.
You think Bolus has earned the job next week?
He's in the conversation.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about John Haycock.
Yeah.
Haycock now is running the defense at Toledo. He's the former defensive coordinator at Kent State. I mean, they came into play today allowing 13 points a game after allowing 30 plus last year. It's really made a difference.
And this defense as a whole, as you mentioned, has just been so much improved. I think they've just taken on the mentality of Coach Haycock. You know, Coach Haycock's brother was my defensive coordinator at Ohio State, Jim Haycock, and John was the head coach at Youngstown State before he made a little stop at Kent State with Coach Hazel, and then ended up here at Toledo with Matt Campbell. But he's done a great job with this defense, and really now I think it's you got 8 seniors on this defense starting. I think that helps, having all that veteran leadership back there on the D.
After that nice play by Tichy, it's 3rd and 8. Bolus rolling, throwing on the run. That may have been Tichy making another play. Yes, it was. And Tichy makes another nice play. That pass was on the money for P.J. Simmons, and he knocked it away, and it's 4th down.
Great coverage by Tichy coming in here. He's staring down the quarterback, so they say, okay, you got to make a play, and he does. He gets that offhand right in there to hook and swat the ball away. That's a textbook cornerback play by Tichy.
Melchiori with the punt. Jones a fair catch at the 23. 7:24 to go in the 4th quarter. All Toledo. It looks like the Rockets are going to protect their national ranking and maybe improve on it a bit, depending on what else happens today in college football. 38-7, midway in the 4th. 38-7, Toledo has got the lead. Ranked number 24 in the nation, trying to go to 5-0, win their 8th straight game dating back to last season, go to 2-0 in MAC play. It looks like Kent State is going to be saddled with their 8th consecutive road loss. Rockets have the football, and we got a new quarterback in the game. New quarterback in the game for Michael Julian is in the game now. 6'5", 215, a sophomore from Hilton Head. And that handoff went to Mark Remy. So Remy's seen a little bit of action today. We've seen Remy, we've seen Swanson, we've seen the return of Kareem Hunt. Damian Jones-Moore we have not seen today. And I'm sure that was by design. Across the 30 and up to the 32-yard line. So Remy, again, a nice carry. He came into play today with 15 carries for 109 yards, averaging about 7.5 yards a carry. Started against Western Michigan last year. Third and a yard. Quarterback keeper. First down and a little bit more. And so Michael Julian falls forward.
Interesting they go to Julian here just to maybe get him some reps. You know, Logan Woodside's the backup quarterback here, but they basically skip him and decide they're going to get Julian some looks. And boy, pretty good athleticism by him, cutting inside. Terrence Waugh there trying to make a tackle.
So flag is down. The penalty coming up against Toledo. Well, Woodside hasn't played. So, you know, his red shirt is protected to this point.
True. That's a good point.
Last year, Woodside played a lot. After the injury to Ely in the second game of the season, Woodside was 4th in the MAC in passing efficiency. 10th in passing yards a game, almost 190 a game. Remy. And I think you can see the game plan here. Matt Campbell would love to run the clock out here if he could. Keep that clock turning. We're counting down to 5 minutes to go in this game. Kent State scored early. It was 7-0. But Toledo has scored 38 unanswered points and really dominated this game from, I would say, the latter portion of the first quarter on.
Yeah, they struggled their first couple of drives. They couldn't get a lot going until Kent State's defense played really well. But once they decided they were just going to go to the running game and spread some things out, they really got clicking on offense. That's a great catch right there. Wow.
Man, what a great grab. A flag is down. Andrew Davis, the redshirt freshman from St. Pete.
That's a terrific throw from Julian, right over the shoulder. Drops it right in the bucket.
So Davis is going to be credited for the catch.
Davis has got some height there. 6'4", 192 pounds, a freshman. And they've got so many weapons on this Toledo Rockets offense.
He went up and over the defender to get that ball back.
It was like Randy Moss style.
Nice grab.
And he's working against the best corner, Demetrius Monday. He also has 6 inches of height advantage on him as well, and he goes up there and makes the play. They call that, and I've been in that position many times. You call that getting dunked on a little bit out there on the outside by a big receiver, 6'4", 195 pounds.
Boy, Monday, look at that tight coverage. Remy pinballs his way up to the 26-yard line.
Remy on the carry. Tackle made by number 51, Terrence Wong.
So Toledo really didn't do anything today to hurt their national ranking.
No, absolutely not.
They may be scoring another touchdown here. They've already got 38 points on the board against a good Kent State defense. I mean, you take a look at this defense, the back line, Italiano and Nate Holley. Kent State might have the best 2 safeties in the conference.
Oh, no question. No question. Those guys make a lot of tackles, though. That's the problem. And you're talking about a Toledo team that was in the secondary a lot today. The back line, well, that's going to be a house call.
Quarterback Julian, that was a touchdown saving tackle by who else? Nate Holley.
Right on cue.
At the 10-yard line. Julian's got some wheels. He's got some good size. 6'5", 215. Boy, look at Holley close on him. It's 1st and goal with the nose of the football at the 10.
I would imagine Matt Campbell would want his guys to just run this down. And
Remy taking tacklers out of bounds, stops the clock.
21-yard Remy, the ball carrier. Tackle made by number 69, Nature Hume.
Those are the football at the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Kareem Hunt has scored a couple of touchdowns today. Philip Ely has 2 touchdown passes. And after some shaky special teams moments early, Toledo has looked good, looked sharp. Remy, he'll get it again. Flag is down, and he is down to the 5.
Number 21, Mark Remy, the ball carrier. Penalty markers down the play.
We got a lot of starters still out there on defense for Kent State. Going to talk this one over.
It's going to be a hold on the inside. They'll back him up, and I think that should do it. Probably be able to just take a couple of knees and run the clock out if it is a holding call.
Personal foul, shot clock, offense, number 68, 15-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That'll be the 9th penalty of the game against Toledo. I got them at 9 penalties for 84 yards, which is about their average. Averaging 82 yards in penalties a game. From the 22, 2nd and goal now. Julian may be thinking about running the play clock down. It now is down to 7, 6, 5, waiting to snap it. And he snaps it with 2 on the clock. The handoff to Remy. Trying to bounce it outside. And he runs right back into the pursuit after a 1-yard gain. We've got an injured defender down for the Golden Flashes.
It's Anthony Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson's down. He's had a busy day.
Yeah.
As they deal with this injury, we'll take a quick timeout and come right back to the Glass Bowl. 38-7 late, Toledo. Our Capital One Impact performance today, we had a lot of choices. Finally settled on Terry Swanson. He had the numbers, 14 carries, 161 yards, a 23-yard touchdown. And at the end of the first half, when Dustin and I were trying to figure out whether Toledo was going to go conservative with 1:40, they just handed the ball to Swanson, and he rambled on for 88 yards and set up a touchdown for Kareem Hunt. And for his efforts today, Terry Swanson is our Impact Performance Capital One Cup Player of the Game. Anthony Johnson, the injured player for Kent State, was able to leave the field under his own power. So the clock is rolling. 3rd down and goal from the 20.
Should be able to get this down under a minute.
Michael Julian coming in relief of Philip Ely on this series. It's looked good.
He has looked good. Classy move by Matt Campbell here, running the play clock down.
Remy will be brought down after a gain of 1, and it's 4th down. And that will take us inside of a minute to go. Kareem Hunt returns today, playing for just the 2nd time this season. 16 carries, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5.3 yards per carry. Ely on the day finishes 19 of 32, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And once again today, no sacks against this offensive line for Toledo. Vest will line up for a field goal. It'll come from the 26-yard line from the middle of the field. This will be a 36-yard attempt. He's 1 of 2 today and pushed that one to the right. No good. So Vest has kicked a field goal in every Rockets game in his true freshman year, but is just 2 of 3 today. So Kent State will take over at the 20-yard line. Toledo's going to go to 5-0, 2-0 in the MAC, number 24 in the country for the moment. Kent State will drop to 2-4, 1-1 in the MAC. Kent State will be at UMass next week. Then the following weekend, on October the 24th, they'll be back at Dick Stadium to host Bowling Green. Toledo will be home again next week for a noontime kickoff against the Eagles of Eastern Michigan, and then go on the road the following Saturday to UMass. And that might be the last offensive play of the game. Miles Hibbler, sophomore from Troy, Ohio, with the rush. Time comes off the clock. Matt Campbell and Paul Haynes meet at the center of the field. Matt Campbell with the victory now, 31-13 as the head coach of Toledo.
Pretty impressive performance from this Toledo Rocket team. I mean, obviously they're 24th in the country. They will maintain that, I'm assuming, going into next week. Maybe even jump up a couple of spots. You never know. Very impressive performance all around, really, from this offense and defense. I thought it was good to see Kareem Hunt back in the game, back healthy and performing, and it appears he made it through it healthy. Got in the end zone a couple of times, and you know, Toledo's got a tough stretch in November, but look at where they're at right now. Beat a couple of Power 5 opponents, and you know, as you mentioned earlier, they projected them to go to the Fiesta Bowl if they can possibly win out, so we shall see.
Yeah, watch out for those ESPN.com bowl predictions. They come out every Monday. Dustin, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Good to see you. So for Dustin Fox, I'm Dave Weekley saying so long from the Glass Bowl in Toledo, Ohio, where the final score is the Rockets 38, the Golden Flashes 7. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.